as a buyer, what information should you have available to provide to the seller? I'm Jeramiah Townsend, the business broker advisor, and today I'm answering the question of what information should you, as a buyer, be prepared to provide to the seller when you're looking at buying a business. There are really only about 5 things that you need to be thinking of at this stage, but it's very helpful to know what they are. Number 1, the first thing you want to make sure to have is some of your financial information. If you're working through a broker, a business broker will help you put those things together so that you have, for example, a proof of funds. A POF, or a proof of funds, is usually a down payment sufficient to qualify for financing on the business. Most businesses are financed and don't require 100% of the cash up front. Sellers need to know about this. They don't always know about this. They don't know how the banks work all the time. But your financial information is one of those things. The seller doesn't need to have all the details of your bank account or anything else, but they do need to know that you're a serious buyer and you have proof of funds, kind of like being pre-qualified for a loan on a mortgage for a house. So it's pretty basic, right? The second thing a seller is going to want to know about at times is really your industry knowledge and experience. Your industry knowledge and experience is important because the seller wants to know that their baby, their company, no matter how distant they are or separated from their business, most owners have an emotional connection to their business. So they're going to want to know that you have some industry knowledge, some experience, that you are familiar with the industry and that you can be prepared to demonstrate some of that. And that can come just by common casual conversation. By the way, the banks are also going to want to know that. The third thing, and this is really more towards banks, is your business plan. A bank for financing is really going to want to know your plan for the business, including your plan to grow the business or improve the business. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you're a buyer talking to the seller, don't talk about improving the business. You might say, oh, we might be able to make some improvements, but really I want to carry this forward from where you have it. Most sellers don't want you to talk about improvements because what that says to a seller is, oh, you're not good enough and you did a really crummy job on your company and I'm going to fix all your mistakes. That's like going up to somebody and saying they have an ugly baby. You don't want to do that. Trust me, I did it wrong when I was just buying companies starting out. So it's helpful to come to the table in humility and say, well, you have a great company. I want to carry it forward. I have a couple of things I think about making adjustments to. Maybe you'd have some insight on them. So that's the third thing, is really a business plan. The fourth thing that the business owner might ask for is professional references. They might want to know or reach out to an existing boss, or maybe if you have an advisory team. I know when I go in to buy a company, I usually have 1 or 2 advisors that I network with or that I talk to about every acquisition that I personally handle. So if you're buying a company, you should have an advisor. Guess what? That's one of the things a business broker does for you. Is they're one of those professional references to help you understand the business and how it operates. The fifth thing that a bank will specifically want is they're going to want to know some of your legal documents, your legal structures, whether you have an LLC. They're going to want to know details of the sale. The seller will want to know whether you're doing an asset sale or a stock sale. Some people think you can only do a stock sale. Some people think it's only an asset sale. But you want to know what's the best choice for you in your current situation. And then both of these pieces of information, your financial information with like a proof of funds, that you have sufficient capital for a down payment, A down payment is anywhere from 5% to 30% of the purchase price, depending on details. A business plan, that's going to be important for the banks. Sometimes the owners want to know about that too a little bit. Some of your industry knowledge and experience, that's going to be important for both the seller and the banks. Some of your professional references or your team that you're bringing to the table, and some of the legal questions about the details of the sale, or legal documents like, do you have the authority to purchase this business for your LLC? Those sorts of things. Those are 5 common things that any buyer should be prepared to start answering when they're looking at buying a company. Hey, I'm Jeramiah Townsend, the business broker advisor. I look forward to helping you in future. As always, like, share, subscribe, please, to the video. That way we can get this information out there and help other people learn how to buy and sell a business smart. It's been a pleasure talking with you today. I look forward to seeing you again. As always, God bless and happy investing.